Welcome back to Bolo Up. Continuing the read from last night. And this is Katie. And we're at 406 or 06. Participants. Bite me. Well, that's a step up from the hearts and flowers. When did you learn how to do that? Not just a pretty face. V. Very romantic, by the way. Points for you. You like? Of course. Soon you can be admiring actual face through the Viz screen in my hazmat suit. So romantic. Cades, you're so bad at this. See, I know the lines and all. It's going to be okay, you know. You're going to make it out of here. Hope so. Otherwise, last thought will be how shortchanged I was. Wait, no, I mean, last thought would be your face, sorry. You really are bad at this. But at least you're bad at it with me. Always. You wait until we're back on the Hypatia. We're safe in these hazmats. They'll quarantine us for a while, but then let us in. Then we'll take the hazmats off. Work out what I am good at. Seem to recall there was something. Program's done running. Time for me to move before something gives and the stupid thing crashes again. See you soon, lover. Not soon enough. Be careful. Surveillance footage summary prepared by Analyst ID 7213-0089-DN. The surveillance footage is piecemeal at this stage. The damage to Aiden's core is escalating, which in practical terms means that I can't use any one IntelliCam feed for very long before it dissolves into a snow of static. If this is disjoint, it's because I'm leapfrogging all over the place here. Grant is extremely cautious when approaching the server core. The facility is huge, taking up whole decks of the ship, and there are 1,000 places to hide, to be safe, to die. She's not what you call well camouflaged in her bright green hazmat suit, and to compound the problem, it's too big for her. Grant is not built like the average WC risk specialist. The suit's arms and legs are too big, so she's forced to grab at the plastic periodically to haul it up as she walks. There'll be no quick getaway if it comes down to run for it. Lieutenant Mason gave her a server coordinate, and she's creeping toward it, pistol in her right hand, tablet in her left. In the distance there were screams, but it's hard to tell from so far away whether they're predator or prey. From closer, just a few towers up, there's a periodic crashing and a sound of a human, or what was once one, panting with exertion. She's wary, keeping server racks between the voice and her bright green self. Then the crashing stops, and the panting gives way to speech. Let's see you come back from that. Grant stops short, nearly dropping both pistol and tablet, juggling madly to grab them. It'd be funny if you couldn't tell from the way she presses herself against the server, trembling visibly even in that too big hazmat suit, that she's terrified. The voice again. Where next? What's that? Nothing to say? And now a different kind of stillness. She knows that voice. She heard it a handful of times before. She eases away from the shelter from her server tower, creeping up towards the speaker. 17-second gap in footage. No available functioning IntelliCam. Byron Shang hefts the axe. The same one from the emergency supply cupboard where he hid, trembling, and swings it at the nearest core. There was strategy in his earlier strokes, life support, gravity, maneuvering, engines, crippling the Alexander to set the Hypatia free. But now he's frenzied. Tubby sweating through his filthy Hypatia uniform. He's no athlete. But a foundation of sparks spews from the metal tower as he strikes it. He rests, panting, and prepares to swing again. She steps forward. Byron! And they both freeze. She no doubt, because she's just realized the monumental stupidity of what she's done. He, because of all the things he might have expected to see, surely this was the very last. For 10 long seconds they stared at each other, paralyzed, waiting. He's the one to break the silence, staring at the clear screen on her helmet, soaking in her features like he's a man dying of thirst. And she's an oasis he desperately wants to be real. Katie? Or Katie? He whispered, pleading. It's you. She whispered in reply. Her tone shifts by degrees to semi-hysterical laughter. Do you have any idea how much trouble you've caused me with that goddamn axe? I'm sorry. It's working, he replies, hefting it up like a trophy. I'm doing it. I'm taking Aiden out. One piece at a time. If you can't reprogram the software, reprogram the hardware, right? Reprogram. She shakes her head. That's amazing. You're crazy. I'm winning. Its self-repair systems can't keep up with the damage I'm doing. I'm going to save the Hypatia. They'll build up monuments to my name. He lifts his chin and strikes a pose. I think they should include the axe, don't you? Sure. The relief is still overwhelming her. You have to finish up. We have to get out of here. I have a shuttle. Ezra's nearby. They can quarantine you aboard the Hypatia. I thought I was never going to see you again. I thought you'd be dead or sick by now. I've been hiding, he replied, stepping back to look at the nearest server tower up and down. I can't go yet. There's a lot to do before we can be sure Aiden is dead. I've maimed it, reduced it. Right now I can't see whole chunks of itself, but it's still brilliant. Give it enough time, it could think of some way to come back. Come to the Hypatia and we'll make a run for it, she replies. They're leaving soon. Aiden can revive itself if it wants. Maybe it'll even slow up the Lincoln. I have to kill it, he insists, calm, staring at the wreck and twisted metal before him. Byron! And then I'll have to kill you, Katie. Silence. Does not compute. Byron? Her question is softer now, bewildered. It's the only way, he replies, eminently reasonable. It's the only way we can be sure. I have to eliminate all threats so Aiden can't recover. If I even leave a seed of it, it'll grow back, like a GD weed. You're the only one left who knows as much as I do. You're the only one who could help fix it. Self, this won't hurt. I promise. Byron, no. The hope dies in her voice, fading out to a hush. Then blowing away, she sees it now. Please. He stares at her for a long moment, then lifts the axe. Don't look at me. The axe comes down. Sparks. A scream of metal that drowns out her sob. 4:11.